AITA for canceling my wedding after I found out my fiancé was only marrying me to get a green card and my money? I'm 34F and my now ex-fiancé is 29M. His name is Luca and he's from Italy. We met 2 years ago when he was working at an Italian restaurant in my city on a work visa. I went there for my birthday dinner with friends and he was our waiter. He was charming and funny and had this accent that made everything sound romantic. We exchanged numbers and started dating a week later. Luca was everything I thought I wanted. He was attentive and affectionate and made me feel like the center of his universe. He'd text me good morning every single day. He'd bring me flowers for no reason. He'd cook these elaborate Italian meals at my apartment. Within 3 months he'd basically moved in with me. I didn't mind. I was falling hard. I should mention that I'm not rich but I'm comfortable. I work as a senior software engineer at a tech company and I make good money. I own my condo outright. I have a healthy savings account and a decent investment portfolio. My parents also left me a trust fund when they died in a car accident 5 years ago. It's about $1.2 million and I've been living off the interest while keeping the principal untouched. Luca knew about my financial situation. I told him about the trust fund maybe 6 months into our relationship when we were talking about our futures. He seemed sympathetic about my parents and didn't make a big deal about the money, which I appreciated. He talked about wanting to open his own restaurant someday and I told him I'd love to help him achieve that dream. His work visa was set to expire about a year into our relationship. He was stressed about it constantly, talking about how he didn't want to leave me, how he'd finally found home with me. He looked into extending it but the restaurant wasn't willing to sponsor him for a longer-term visa. I suggested we get married. I know it sounds crazy now but at the time it felt romantic. We loved each other. We were talking about marriage anyway. Why not do it sooner and solve his visa problem at the same time? Luca was hesitant at first, said he didn't want me to feel pressured, but I insisted. I proposed to him and he said yes. We started planning the wedding immediately. I wanted something mid-sized, about 100 people, nice venue, good food, nothing too extravagant but not cheap either. The budget was around $60,000 and I was paying for all of it. Luca said his family in Italy couldn't afford to contribute and I didn't mind. I had the money and I wanted our day to be special. Luca got really involved in the planning. He had opinions about everything, the flowers, the menu, the music, the venue. At first I thought it was sweet that he cared so much, then it started to feel controlling. He'd shoot down my ideas and push for more expensive options. When I suggested a less expensive band he said we couldn't have a cheap wedding because his family was coming from Italy and he wanted to impress them. I gave in on most things because I wanted him to be happy. The wedding was scheduled for next month. We'd already sent out invitations, booked everything, bought my dress. Then 3 weeks ago something happened that changed everything. I came home early from work because I wasn't feeling well. Luca didn't know I was coming home. I walked into our condo and heard him on the phone in the bedroom. He was speaking Italian and laughing. I don't speak Italian but I stood outside the door and listened anyway, trying to pick up anything familiar. I heard him say my name, Emma, and then he said some numbers that sounded like Uno